Well, she's one of the music industry's true superstars. Mariah Carey released her first album 18 years ago, would you believe? And this year she unveiled her 11th studio album, E = MC². Bit of a science theme to that.
There you go. Since that release in April, Mariah has raced down the aisle with US comedian Nick Cannon. She met him on the set of the video for her latest single, Bye Bye. Our entertainment reporter James Tobin caught up with her in Tokyo for this Sunrise exclusive.
Life's pretty good for Mariah Carey right now. A new album and newly married to Nick Cannon. Yeah, life's good for Mariah, and it was about to get even better. I came to our interview bearing gifts. Wedding gifts.
Those are festive.
Terry Viviano high heels, all Australian made.
Who said that I like shoes?
Mariah, I don't think I've seen a photo of you in flats.
Thank you.
So
That was sweet.
My heart was a flutter, appropriately, because this diamond butterfly was next. A gift from the Sunrise family.
That is so pretty.
See, I didn't think I'd seen that many diamonds until I walked into this room.
Get out of here. This is a diamond.
Here, let me help you. There's a little clasp here, which comes up.
That is so nice.
But, of course, the biggest gift Mariah ever got was her voice. Her latest album, E = MC², further proof of that. Mariah, who writes most of her songs, is now the highest-selling female artist in history.
Is this album autobiographical? I know most of the stuff that you write is autobiographical. Is Touch My Body saying something?
I think it's saying a few things.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Honestly, it's fun, it's festive, it's just like, I mean, if you saw the video, did you see the video?
I've seen the video, and you have given nerds all around the world hope.
When I was happy, I would sing, you know what I mean? It was just like a difficult time emotionally or whatever was going on in my house wasn't, you know, making me happy because I sort of came along at the end of my parents' marriage.
Has that affected how you now look at what you'd like to do with your kids?
Well, I wouldn't want to make it sound like I'm making, you know, any sort of derogatory statement about that. I'm just saying I now for the first time feel like it would be okay that, you know, I want to have kids because before that it was like I don't have an example.
So now that you're married to Nick Cannon, have you got that base ready now to have kids?
I mean, in my mind, yeah.
Yeah, so can we expect some?
Well, we can expect some.
Soon?
But I mean, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do if I'm going on tour. You know what I mean? I honestly, and the whole point is if you're going to have kids, to me, it's about having a focused approach to raising them and to being 100% there for them.
So we're not expecting kids in the next 9 months?
Well, you never know.
Now, the second single, you never know. Within the next 9 months.
I mean, listen, we never know. Life is wonderful.
Bye Bye, the second single off the latest album, features husband Nick Cannon. There was chemistry on the shoot, love in the air.
When did you realise this is the man I would like to marry?
Well, we both, I mean, it's so hard to talk about it because then this goes on TV and the whole world comments on it.
At this point, an off-camera interruption asking me to move on. But Mariah was sympathetic, even apologetic.
I'm sorry. I would talk to you all night about it.
Sure, and I'm sure you've spoken about it a lot tonight.
It's not even that. It's like hard to just keep talk about too much because then people have their own interpretation of it. Sure. And then it's like you don't want your own personal life to become, it already as it is, becomes like fodder for people's little, you know, jokes and assumptions and whatever. And the thing is, we don't actually care because there's no way people could ever understand, you know, because it's that good of a feeling and of a situation. So
that's great.
Yeah.
As I was discovering, she's no diva. She's delightful. And with a hit album and happily married, right now Mariah has the world at her feet. But before I finished, there was one particular part of the world I was desperate to ask about.
Now, I live alone in a 2-bedroom place. You and Nick can have the good room. I'll go to the little room. Can we get you to Australia?
I want to go to Australia really bad. If the record company would just say, come on over to Australia, I would go there tomorrow.
Okay, what about this for an idea? Because you collaborate with a lot of people.
Okay.
Let me show you. Would you collaborate with this man?
I know this, man.
This is Koshi.
So I would, of course, I would do something with Koshi.
All right, we need to get you to Australia. Congratulations
so much.
on
Thank
the
you for the
E=MC². Congratulations on the marriage. It's wonderful.
Yep, I'd do something with it. I reckon my people are talking to
You don't get offers like that every day.
No, exactly right.
James Tobin joins us now to clear everything up. Tell us, what's she really like?
Well, you know, she has gone through some really hard times. She's seeing some really good times now, and it really comes across. She's happy, she's vibrant, she was happy to talk about things. And to her credit, when her manager tried to steer the interview in another direction, she brought it back. I can't say a bad thing about Mariah Carey.
Because I think she's quite classy. Some of the girls...
So I'm waking up now.
Sorry, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica. What about... Well, some of the girls think she needs a bit of a makeover.
I'm fascinated about this because some people just hate her. Some people find her trashy.
Hate's a strong word.
Other people-
Do you think she's trashy, though?
No, well, just some of the outfits are a little strange. She must be absolutely loaded. She's got heaps of money, and I was just curious.
But I think that's just Mariah saying, you know, this is how I dress, this is what I like.
And I'm confident in my own skin.
And she does look amazing.
And
I'm my own woman.
Yeah.
And 160 million album sales say, well, people like that.
Do what I want. Yeah, exactly.
And Nick Cannon, I loved him in Drumline, that movie. It was one of his first movies. It was fantastic. Get it if you can. But he seems such a nice bloke. So
really funny guy. And she said, you know, he and I laugh together all the time.
Isn't that nice?
You make her happy, and, you know, if that works for them, then great.
She did make you wait a little time for the interview, didn't
Well, you know, there had to be a little bit of a diva moment. 7.5 hours we waited.
she? Made you wait 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours, so, you know...
That's not quite fashionably late.
No.
It's
a 1 o'clock interview was an 8:30 interview.
It was about hair and makeup. Apart from that, she was great.
With no explanation, let me add, just Mariah time.
She probably had to wash her hair.
Probably.
You girls are way too harsh. Mariah's album, E=MC². How sort of cerebral as that, is in stores now. And make sure you stay tuned to the morning show for part 2 of James's interview with Mariah.
Hey, this morning, Sunrise ran part 1 of our exclusive interview with Mariah Carey. Do you like how we're claiming it? Our exclusive interview.
You've got to get in early in this joint. Seriously, there's Mariah clips going everywhere.
Entertainment reporter James Tobin flew all the way to Tokyo for the chat, and now we've got part 2 for you.
Which is, I think, like you say, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Mariah was in Japan to promote her E=MC² album, and while she was there, she proved she was no ball player at a baseball game. James asked her all about that. Let's take a look.
You always look amazing in these fairly small outfits quite often. Is this Mariah Carey saying, this is me, this is who I am, take it or leave it?
I've always been that way, though. I mean, there's pictures of me when I'm 6 years old on the beach, laying there, like, emulating, I don't know who I thought I was in the pose, but, like, I have this in my beach house. I have this picture from when I'm literally 6, and I'm, like, laying, like, I don't know. It's just, like, a very, like, over-the-top, dramatic little girl in a bikini laying on the beach. They should have gotten the hint back then. It just so happens that I guess that's like my favorite little pose.
You grew up with a mum who is an opera singer. Mm-hmm. What did music mean for you back when you were 3 years old or 6 years old?
Music has always meant like the opposite of bleakness.
Now, the second single on the album, Bye Bye, is about people who have lost someone.
Right.
What do you hope people take from the song?
I have some friends who've literally lost their grandmothers who raised them, or lost, their sisters who they were very close to. It's sort of like I wrote it for them, and I wrote it for anybody who needed to hear that.
Would you mind if I have a look? Because that is phenomenal.
Thank you.
That is phenomenal.
We had to get the wedding rings kind of quickly together, but it's going to be in the pink to match the rest of the ring. He's a very festive person. Like, he's a comedian. He's funny. And if people used to ask me, like, what would be your favorite traits in somebody, first thing I'd always say was sense of humor.
Well, he ticks that box.
She's got a lovely laugh. She loves to laugh, even if that sometimes means laughing at herself. In my time with Mariah, it was perhaps her most endearing quality.
You talk about, having fun and laughing at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest things I've seen for a while was your pitch at the baseball in Japan.
不倫が詰めまして実にセクシーな衣装でこの始球式
The best thing about that was that you turned around afterwards and you laughed at the situation.
I had to. How could you not? Everybody else did. People should be happy that it went the right direction. When we were practicing, it actually went to the right at one point, and I actually made a basket on the side with a baseball.
Talented.
Impressive, no?
As a pitcher, wonderful singer.
Oh, maybe if she lost the heels, she would have had a better shot at the...
Doesn't own a pair of flats, she reckons.
Really?
Doesn't own a pair. And I reckon she'd like the jacket because she likes festive things. And it's quite a festive jacket.
She said she likes things that make her laugh. I think what's she like? You've obviously spent enough time with her just to know her better than we do, than our viewers do. What do you get from that?
She's spoken about being the eternal teenager, and she comes across like that. She seems inspired by love, and she just lives in this bubble world that is Mariah world.
She's quick to giggle, isn't she?
She's quick to giggle. Yeah. She said she loves laughing with her husband. That's why they're together. He's hilarious. He's been saying the whole time, I'm going to marry Mariah Carey. He's been saying it on TV forever. Yeah. And he got his girl.
Yeah. The ring, check out.
The ring is amazing. It looks like costume jewellery. Yeah. But it's real. It's the size of a baseball.
And that wasn't enough because she said, I'm getting more.
Well, you should have seen her. She looked like a diamond mine.
Wow. Hey, it was really a whirlwind trip, wasn't it? Just take us through what that whole Mariah world was like.
Well, we got to Osaka, we took a bullet train up to Tokyo, we spent the night there, then we waited for 7.5 hours in this amazing hotel which she'd selected. It was phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. And then the trip back to Sydney was amazing. But that 7.5 hour wait was just there was a lot of Asian media there as well, and there was all this confusion and people running around. It was chaos. It was sort of like being in the eye of the storm.
What was she doing for 7.5 hours? Is that her polishing her ring or something?
No, yeah, I think so. Maybe getting her nails done.
Yeah, wow.
Having a rest.
I do like the way that she did it. When you said, can I check out your ring, and it was like that, and then as soon as you moved in and touched it, like, whoa, back off the merchandise.
Thank you, James. Thanks for giving us a little insight into the world behind Mariah.
My pleasure. Anytime you'd like to send me to Japan to interview a superstar, I'm there.
You'll be there.
You're up for that.
Thanks, James.
All right, Mariah's, thank you, mate. Mariah's latest album, E = MC², is in stores now.